It's a big day in the world of Marvel Contest of Champions with next fight of Summer of Suffering, which should be that Photon fight, side quest week 2, and 9.1 dropping. Fingers crossed, everything goes in without a hitch. We kick off the show with this. First of all, go and check out that you've got the update. There's a new update that was put on the App Store. Make sure to download it. It will help correct a few things, including this right here, which was if you went into game as of, I think, a couple of days ago, or yes, whenever, you wouldn't be able to see the Milestone Rewards tab and the Rank Rewards tab. This is something that Kabam added in, and we're going to check it out right now. So Crystal Cleansing, Milestone tab, and Rank Rewards tab, which you can see at the top there. And unfortunately, from a participation standpoint, you don't get an idea who, what anybody's put in globally. It's only something that you can see who's put in, I don't know, from your friends list and I think Alliance like list. I've got a lot more crystals to add in. Don't worry about the 1,600, but as a lot of you know, I'm saving up for Crystal Week, which is a week of me opening up crystals as a narrative from like one day to the last day being the 7-star crystal opening, but the volume of it increases. But also I'm doing things like Valiant Crystal, Paragon Crystals, so I could pick up 7 stars left, right and center. Fingers crossed, but we have to see. Anyway, that's to kind of clarify if you were interested in that thing. The next thing that's really important to mention is Alliance War Anniversary Tactic Selection Vote. This is something that's taking place on the Discord at the moment. We're going to have a look at where the results are currently. But if you want your favorite tactic over, some people like Alliance Wars. I'm not a huge fan of it. I do it. I don't really like this tactic at the moment, but it is what it is. And taking one season of a bad tactic, I don't really enjoy. It's fine. I'll just come back stronger next season, but I'll try and do my best. Anyway, if you like any of the following, which is Unstoppable Armor, Slow Your Roll, Planetary Endurance, Subdue, Unsteady Ground, Debuff, Detox, Conduit, Sick and Tired, Prowess Power, and Armor Burn. I actually quite like that one. Flow, Attack, Tactic for Flow, and then Siphon, Tactic, and Tactic for Siphon. Sugar Pill, DK. We'll come back to that and why that's important in a minute. Bulwark, Tactic Attack for Bulwark, etc. And then Mystic Dispersion, Defiance. Now, whether you like any of these, it's important to get involved with the vote. A lot of people I did see kind of talking about Sugar Pill and DK, but it looks like, and if we go on to the Discord, the voting, of course, you can see what I voted for. I voted for Sugar Pill Decay. Remember that one relatively fondly. And of course, it's weird, isn't it? Like when I go, I haven't seen this before, but I voted very quickly when it came up. But I didn't see that the two that I like are actually going to be the ones that likely win. 479 votes, 51% of the vote, Sugar Pill Decay. And then 12% of the vote, 110 votes, is going towards Prowess, Power, Armor, Burn. And I think that's is it going to be for 2 months or is it going to be the lowest voted? Please vote for the tactical combination. We'd like to see both for both seasons. So it's going to be Sugar Pill 1 and then Decay the other one. Is that correct? The pairing that receives the most. The pairing that receives the most active votes. So it will be. So both the ones I like are gonna likely be the ones that get through. And by the way, everybody vote. It's really weird that there's 30,000 people that are on the Marvel Contest Champions Discord. Like, you're on there, but you're not getting involved with it. Like, get involved with it. I've put a link to the Discord in the description. Just get involved. Like, I know people say, well, it should be in game, or people say it should be on the forums. Well, they'd put it on Discord. So, and there's 30,000 people that are members of that Discord. If you're members of the Discord, vote. 931. Oh, polls closed. Okay, well, what am I talking about then? Polls closed. So there you go. That's the season winners then. You cannot vote anymore. Weird. Like, was it open for a limited time? While the poll says 7 days remaining, as mentioned on the announcement, it will close on. Well, that's a bit stupid. The poll will run for 5 days. But it's even like, what's happening, man? People need to get involved with these things. If you wanted to make a difference, then of course you got to make a difference. But it's not the it's not it. And yeah, Sugar Pill Decay 1. So if you didn't like that, tough titties. Got to get involved. Got to get involved with these things. If you don't get involved with the things, you don't find out. So we got this Sugar Pill Decay. Making contact with the Sugar Pill defender has a 100% chance to grant an attacker 12-second placebo buff. Buffs will refresh themselves instead of reapplying new ones. Whenever a buff expires or is nullified from the opponent's 33% chance of a defender, blah, 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 blah. No, there's lots of decent champions then. Attack Tactic Decay. Yeah, there's a lot of like cool champions under the Decay banner. So we'll have a look at that. We'll probably do some video content prepping. Yeah, that's just season 54 and the other one's 55. So there you go. Now on the subject of Kabam L's. Yes, it's not somebody called Kabam L's, but you know, it's not been a great time for Kabam. They're going into their 10th anniversary and all they've had is bugs, bugs, bugs. How do you like it? Don't like it at all. Now, we are still due some compensation. There is the topic point, isn't there, of like what's going on with this stuff, because as we said on the channel, there was confusion around additional compensation. We covered it. Some people will be mentioning it. Some people will be mentioning it. I've turned to Sean Connery. Some people will be messaging me on X, saying that this. I'm quoting this statement right here. Additionally, all answers will receive the same rewards from the previous AQ week as an extra level of compensation for the cancelled week. And of course, that's we said as gospel, as we should be receiving that at some stage. That we had no clarification on. The hotfix that went in was indeed to identify some different issues. We were hoping to get like the high invulnerable crystal sorted. That seemed to be sorted now, but of course, if you didn't qualify for the compensation, you got more, so that was good. So that was positive there. There's also been other people that have been stating the volume of tickets was not, acceptable enough. Here's a good example. I spent 360 tickets and I'm sure they'll refund 180. So I don't know if that's, are we expecting more compensation with Kabam Pinwheel saying we'll be refunding all that was spent as part of the issue last week. Thank you again for your patience. So I don't know if that means that people got the 180, like, yeah, and they're owed another 180. Man, there's a lot of confusion, a lot of frustration, a lot of kind of, I think you just go with confusion. A lot of people are just confused about what's going on with what Kabam and how Kabam are able to deal with this stuff. And of course, there's here about like glory. Where's the glory? Well, in this particular statement here, it does mention that I had to reread it because I quickly read it and was like, no AQ compensation glory received here. Well, there's clarifications here, so let's read the clarifications and go over what Kabam have said based on like where do we stand, what are we getting, or what are we still yet to receive. Those are going to be the key questions we're going to answer right now. As you may be aware, Alliance raids didn't go planned last week. We understand the importance of raids and attempted to remedy the situation, but unfortunately weren't able to launch the event as scheduled, which, as you know, led to cancelling the event. By now, you should have all received a refund any raid tickets spent last week, 180 or 360, along with a general AQ compensation package, with a third on the way, consisting of AQ rewards from the previous week's standing. That hopefully clarifies the question that we were looking to get answered. This came in very early on yesterday morning. Of course, do bear in mind on the timeline of things of when I can make content versus when Kabam answer against it. So if I make a video late on, which was the example was Monday night, and they come in with an answer Tuesday morning, of course my timeline is going to be very different, isn't it? Because I'm doing something called sleeping. Very new, very important, especially in these day and ages, you know what I mean? We actually re-enlist this week's raid week. I think that's already been done, so hopefully you're able to join raids right now. The game team is hard at work trying to discover the root of the cause of this issue, and investigations are ongoing. This is a frustrating experience for all of us, and we're actively working to make this right. We'll update you as soon as we have update to share. Yeah, I appreciate Kabam being a bit more proactive with these levels of communication. I had a nice chat with Dave today, and that was good. It was, I just said to him like, you're doing a good job, right? And I'm sure behind the scenes, like the community, by the way, the community team are very different to like the other side of things. Like the community team are trying to communicate with us. They're trying to give us up-to-date info. If I'm updating you, it means we've got, we're getting info, flooding through. So long may that continue. Hopefully everything else improves with that. But of course, from a consistency, from the devs team perspective, there is stuff that's been inconsistent and hasn't been going so well. 10th anniversary is looking a little bit embarrassing at the moment, and you have to hope with 9.1 coming in today, the new side quest, and Summer of Suffering, that everything goes according to plan. Otherwise, I'll see you later on tonight. We'll be covering things that have gone wrong, so hopefully things go right. Let's finish on that particular thought about the state of the game, or kind of a so if there is issues, let's not end the show on that particular thought process. We've got to hope the Kabam bring it together and at least create some consistency. The way that things haven't been too great of late, and in particular, people obviously there say about the state of the game, and communication I think is getting better. I mean, look, Kabam Rex was here on a Sunday, like announcing what was happening for the foreseeable week when it comes to invulnerable, high invulnerable crystal compensation. And I think there was something else that was announced on a Sunday. They're working on Sunday. They're doing something. I can't really say that their communication's been ridiculously bad. But do bear in mind, there's a communication from the community team and the developer, the game team side of things. If the game team aren't giving the community team the answers to info and questions you've answered, they can't answer them. So that's something that needs to be, addressed with that. But again, the game team might be up against it to put, when things have gone wrong, right. And because there may not be an extensive team as there once was at Kabam for these things, it may take longer. They may have to be very careful because, as we know, if Kabam fix one thing, then it may break something somewhere else. I know it's a tricky game at times, isn't it? Anyway. Consistency around AI and also lag is something that is becoming a bit of a sticking point. Lag in particular, this enjoyment factor of, that's a bit blown up on screen at the moment, but lagging, that's it's not helpful. Lag in Alliance Wars is that just sucks all the fun out. Lag in Battlegrounds sucks all the fun out. Because the highly competitive modes. And because the highly competitive modes, you make a mistake, right? You're letting down your friends in your alliance. You're letting down yourself when it comes to Battlegrounds. And it doesn't feel fair. And people will say, well, it's not a fair game. Well, yeah, but that's meant to be fun. So the game's not meant to be fun. Yeah, but it's a skill-based game. Can I have fun in a skill-based game? No. You're meant to have fun. You're meant to have this enjoyment factor to it. So we want to see consistency. And I use, like, people might think, like, you say hope a lot, Rich. Well, you've got to have hope in these things getting better. You really do. But I've been proved wrong and right, because I keep saying, I'll see you in a year when we got exactly the same troubles. And we do. We always seem to have those troubles. But a game that I'm passionate about and I do enjoy, it's a great pastime being able to play Marvel Contest of Champions. It's a good escapism thing from, quite the miserable world at times. And gaming is meant to be the escape, but I really want to see the consistency around fun, interactive, natural flowing AI. The way the defender is coming at you isn't just stupidly erratic at times or has weird windows. A good example is what I've got on screen at the moment. There's a moment here where Hulkling, it goes unblockable and seems to get like parried, and it's like this kind of weird, it's these weird small windows. Kabam will say it's either an animation issue or it's something to do with the way that the interaction with Bullseye with it. But yeah, it's just making those, it feels like the AI is faster at times. Kabam don't like the word feel. You can't really use your feel with Kabam with it. But through the appearance of what you're seeing on screen, based on whatever factor, hey, if you got an old device, it's the problem. Oh, is it? It's like you're the problem. Skill issue. But yeah, like that, you don't really get this with any other games, do you? Anyway, what's your thoughts on the current state of these things? Do you hope that we can get this resolved at a later date? I really hope Kabam give us a bit of an answer on to how they're looking into or investigating the AI issues that are currently presented in game. And this thread here is now up to, I think it's like 10th. Yeah, and it goes on, like it's going on. I'll put a link to it in the description if you want to get involved with it, but it's been a little while. Yeah, seriously, when will AI recovery time ever be addressed? That's a good point. These bugs that make us think you don't care, plenty of time to nerf. Yeah, absolutely. I just would like to, that's the thing, this game is all about fighting. And when the fight mechanics don't feel that, you know, fun, engaging, fair, then it's just, you know, not really great, is it? Anyway, thanks for watching this edition of the MCN. Your thoughts on the matter in the description. I'll see you soon.